Hey, it's Ashley from Westcott, and one of the questions we get here a lot is, how much power do I need when going on location? A lot of people want to know, do I really need that 400 watt-second strobe, or can I get away with that 200? Well, today I'm going to be showing you exactly how much power you need when going on location by comparing the FJ400 to the FJ200. Whether you're shooting on location or in the studio, choosing the right strobe can make a big difference in your work. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly why and when I would choose to use each one of these strobes, and what the difference in watt seconds really means in a real-world situation. So let's explore the unique strengths and features of each strobe and figure out which one would be best for you to bring on your next shoot. Let's quickly go over some of the details on these two strobes, which are both part of the FJ wireless system. The FJ400 operates on both battery and AC power, while the FJ200 is only battery powered unless you want to purchase a separate AC adapter. To save some time, I'm going to skip listing all of the specs, like color stability and battery life. Instead, make sure to click the link in the video and it'll take you directly to Westcott's website, where you can compare both these two strobes directly. To me, the FJ400 is ideal in situations where you're shooting in bright light, especially in areas you have very little shade. For example, at high noon, especially if you want to capture underexposed and darker skies. On the day of the shoot, we were shooting in a very bright summer day. So in that situation, I would go with the FJ400. Although I prefer the FJ400 for the situation, this doesn't mean the FJ200 won't also deliver great results. You'll just have an easier time and more versatility with the FJ400. For comparison purposes, I want to get a shot with the FJ400 and the FJ200 using the exact same modifier, a rapid box switch beauty dish. I set both of these lights to power level 9, which is going to be the maximum output for both of them. I wanted to get these two photos as close as possible, and if you look at the two images, you'll see that the exposure on my subject is about the same. However, the biggest difference is going to be with the ambient light, resulting in a brighter background with the FJ200. Now you might think this is backwards, that the brighter photo should be with the FJ400 since it has more power, but it's actually the opposite. Because the FJ400 is more powerful than the FJ200, it has an easier time overpowering the sun. In order to get the FJ200 to overpower the sun while still getting a correct exposure on my subject, I had to raise my ISO from 400 to 800. To give the FJ200 a boost in power to match the output of the FJ400. This in turn makes the whole scene brighter, and since I was already maxed out on my shutter speed at 1/8000th of a second, the sky would have to be brighter. This is why I recommend the FJ400 for photo shoots in bright situations. It allows you to have greater control over your ambient light, giving you more creative freedom. And even if you don't end up shooting at full power, it's always nice to know you have that option just in case. Now let's talk about the FJ200 strobe. This compact and lightweight option is ideal for photographers who are always on the move. At 200 watt seconds, the FJ200 does not have the same power output as the 400 counterpart, but is incredibly portable and lightweight. This makes it a great choice if you're traveling, doing outdoor shoots, or events where you need to move around quickly. Another thing to consider is that since the FJ200 is less powerful, it may not be the best choice for large studio settings or where you need to overpower strong ambient light. But where it really shines is during shoots where you know you'll be working in shaded or indoor locations. Another great scenario is when the sun is less powerful and lower in the sky, like during sunrise and sunset. For our shoot, I knew that I was going to be shooting primarily in a location that was either covered or shaded. Therefore, I decided to go with the FJ200. This allowed me to keep my gear light and portable, especially when paired with a small modifier. This makes it easy to quickly travel from location to location. When comparing the FJ400 to the FJ200, they actually both perform very similarly in shaded areas. The only difference being the power level on the strobe. Since the FJ200 is a less powerful strobe, it was set to power level 9, whereas the FJ400 is only set to power level 7. The FJ200 also works great in a studio situation, since you're not competing against as much ambient light. However, you do need to consider that since it's a smaller light, you can only mount smaller modifiers directly to the light head itself, and only up to 3 pounds. To use a larger modifier, you need to use a quick mount S-bracket to keep the modifier's weight off the light head. You're also going to want to note that the FJ200 has a tighter beam angle than the FJ400. This means that when using a larger modifier, the FJ400 will more evenly fill the modifier, giving you consistent lighting across your subject. This is why I recommend using the FJ400 over the FJ200 if you're lighting a larger area, for example, car photography or large groups. These are just some of the things you want to consider when working in a studio situation, where you might want a lot of variety of modifiers, or when packing lightweight for the on-location work. The best thing about the FJ400 and the FJ200 is they both work seamlessly together with the FJ wireless system. Both lights connect with the same trigger, and for the shoot I'm using the FJ-X3M, but you can also use it with any of the FJ wireless triggers or speed lights. You can mix and match to find the best solution for every shoot. You can use the FJ400 as your main light and the FJ200 as your accent or fill light. The possibilities truly are endless. So which of these strobes is right for you? If you're working primarily in a large studio or bright locations and need a powerful light with lots of versatility, the FJ400 is the way to go. But if you're a photographer who values portability and quick setups, the FJ200 is a fantastic option. And if you already own one of these two lights, let me know in the comments below, and as always, thank you for watching.